Hello everyone, thanks for coming out to our department meeting tonight. I just want to start off with a quick question. How many of you would like to make more money? Seems like everybody does, right? Well, today I'm going to explain to you guys how you can do that. First, I want to start off with a quick little story. So last year, around this time it is right now, we had a lot of good customer reviews coming in about how helpful our employees were and how neat and clean our aisles were. And everybody got a nice bonus around Thanksgiving time because we all met our sales quota. Now, this year, it's a little bit of a different story. Our sales have been down significantly and our customer service reviews have not been very good. I've received several negative emails from the GMs that have come in from customers about the aisles not being kept clean and stocked properly, or maybe the employee wasn't very helpful or considerate of that person's time. We can't have that if we want to meet our sales quota. So we really need to step up our customer service so we can get the bonus. And so there's a lot of new people here, so I'm going to explain the bonus to everybody real quick. How that works is if you've worked 1,000 hours throughout the year, it doesn't matter if you're full-time or part-time, you're up to gain a bonus. And in your first year of working, you can gain up to 2% of your entire annual salary. And if you stick around for a long time, for 6 years, you can get 8% back, which is a significant, paycheck when it comes in right around Thanksgiving. It's kind of like a mini holiday. The easiest way for us to do that is to have great customer service, because people will buy our products if they have, if they feel welcome. So I'm going to give you guys 3 simple tips to make sure that we meet our sales quota by improving our customer service. First thing we need to do is keep all of the shelves stocked and faced properly. And the second thing we need to do is to greet every guest as they come into the store. And the last thing is everybody needs to do the online training that's free and offered through mymenards.com. If we do all 3 of those things, there's no reason we can't all have a nice big fat bonus check coming in. So the first thing, as I mentioned, that I want to talk about is keeping all the shelves faced. This is a very important thing. This last month, our sales in the hardware department went down about 4%, which is very significant considering the hardware department is the main department in Menard's hardware store. So the first thing that we need to do to make sure that those sales start going up is we need to make sure that the aisles are stocked properly and filled. And I've received several pictures from the GMs about things needing to be fixed, just like this one. I'll pass it around here in a second so everybody can look at it. And as you can see in there, when you look at it, there's several holes in the shelves where products should be, and they're probably upstocked or right up above. All you need to do is pull them down. I've also received some stuff like this, which is ladders being left in front of products, pallets in the aisles, but anyway, just pass those around. We're going to need to work on that. So in terms of the holes in the shelves, guys, it does not take very long to restock an item when you see it's empty. When you walk by, you see it's empty, you need to just downstock it and put it out. For instance, in that aisle, 263, the hand tool aisle, let's say a customer goes in there to get a wrench. The wrench isn't there. What do they have to do now? They have to go track down one of the employees in the department, which will take them anywhere, about 5 minutes. Then you have to go over there, look up top, see if it's there. And if it is, then you have to go grab a ladder, pull it over, get it down, and then give it to them. And that whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes. When, in reality, if it was stocked like it should have been, that would have taken 5 to 10 seconds to make that sale. It saves us a lot of time and would increase our sales drastically. Another thing, like I mentioned, is the pallets and the ladders. The ladders is just a inconvenience to anyone trying to get through the aisle or to reach a product. They have to move it out of the way, grab their product, and they're probably going to move it back because they don't want to move things around. And as you all know, in the freight aisle, there are designated areas that say keep the ladder here. So we really need to be doing that. If you're not using the ladder, make sure you put it back so that it's not in the customer's way, and also so if one of the other employees in the department wants to use it, they know right where to go. Speaking of the freight aisle, we also need to be making sure that in the morning the pallets get moved out of the way. As you all know, the morning stockers come in, and sometimes they have too many things to put up on the shelves and they can't quite get it up in their shift. They work very hard, and so do you guys. But when you come in the mornings, lately I've been noticing that those pallets have been staying there longer and longer and longer until somebody finally gets it. It doesn't take very much effort to look at the SKU number on there and see if it needs to be put up in the aisle, and if not, upstock it. It won't take very long. You guys know this. And leaving those pallets there, that's in the way of our customers trying to walk through with their cart. They have to go all the way around it. It's very annoying. So it's also a safety hazard. But so if in the morning, this is particularly for the morning people, when you come in, the first thing I want everybody to do is to walk down the freight aisle and make sure there's no pallets. And if there are, do what I said, stock them on the shelves or upstock them. It's pretty simple. And it helps keep the guests in a good mood. Speaking of our guests and customers, the second point I wanted to make is to greet everyone when they come in the store. It puts the guests in a good mood, and if a guest is in a good mood, they're probably going to want to buy more products. It's pretty simple. When you walk, I'm going to talk a little bit about that to the younger people in the room again, because you guys are a little inexperienced with this, but one thing Menard tries to push is you want to sell the project and not just the product. So when a guest walks in, they get relatively close to you. Hello sir, how are you doing? What project brought you in here today? By doing this, you're not just asking them what one specific product they came in for. You're asking them what they're doing so that you can sell them more than one thing. An example of this was last week I was in the garden center taking inventory, and a gentleman walked in and he got close and I said, hello sir, how are you doing? What can I help you with? And he explained to me that he needed some petunias, and I said, oh, they're right this way. In the 100 to 150 feet to walk over the petunias, I asked him what project he'd been working on and what brought him in. And then he explained to me that he was doing landscaping in his front yard, and then he went on to say there was a big oak tree that shaded in a lot of the area that he was trying to landscape. So I started telling him about what plants would be better in the shade, what would work better there, and in the end, instead of him buying 1 or 2 petunias, he walked out with about 8 to 10 plants, which is huge. All because all I did was ask him what project, and I was able to explain different things that would work well for him. Another thing for the young guys is if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, don't just point them in a direction and let them go. Somebody asks you their toilet's broken, you guys probably don't know a lot about plumbing. Don't just point in the other direction and say, oh, it's probably in plumbing. You need to be like, oh, I'm not sure, let me find out for you, follow me. And then walk them over to plumbing, ask them about their project while you're walking, and then when you get there, find an employee of the plumbing department and tell them the situation, and then stick around and listen to make sure that you know the answer to that and where the product is that they're looking for. So the next time, you don't need to ask somebody for help. It'll help you out in the long run, and it'll save you time later on. Another thing, going off of not having a knowledge of products, and this leads me into the third point I want to go to, is do the online training that's free through My Menards. It's so easy, guys, and it helps you out a lot. It'll improve your knowledge of all of our products and your confidence when you're talking to customers about a project that they're working on. How many of you guys like to go into the nail and screw aisle? Probably not very many people. It's extremely intimidating. I know that I do not like to go. I did not like to go in there when I was first starting here because I didn't know the difference between any of them. I went online, I did the training for that. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes, and I really got a good grasp on all the products and what specific things they're used for. So now I'm not even nervous to go over there. When a customer asks me, I'm confident that I'm giving them the right direction. So just to wrap things up, the 3 points I covered today to help us improve our customer service are keeping the shelves faced and stocked, making sure that we greet every customer when they come in, and doing the free online training. If everyone in here, including myself, tries a little harder at all of these things, our customer service will improve significantly, and we will more than likely meet our sales quota and end up getting a nice big bonus. Thanks for coming tonight, guys.